Okay, I have the manifestation hack that you need. It is 3 clear steps. You have to do them in order. All right, so if you have a short attention span, save this video till later because I'm gonna give it to you all in one. I'm not gonna break it down into a series. I'm gonna tell you all of the information that you need to know right now to change your life, to finally do something different, to finally have the tools to make a difference. All right, so here we go. Okay, so the main thing you have to remember is your body doesn't know anything except what your brain tells it, okay? Your brain only knows what to tell your body by sending out chemicals, etc., from what your mind tells it, okay? So you need to make sure that whatever you're wanting, whatever you want to manifest, your subconscious mind has to believe it. All right, so writing it down and affirmations and all these different practices, they're all fine, they work, but you have to do them when the proper channels are open. It's freezing cold out here. My hand is like numb from holding my phone. But so anyway, the first thing to do, you have 3 brainwaves that I'm going to talk about right now. You have more than 3, but I'm going to talk about 3. The first one is your beta brainwave, okay? That is your everyday working, learning brainwave state, okay? You're just in it. Whether you want to be or not, you're in it. That is the time. That's step 1. That is the time where you create an outline. Hold on, here comes a plane. This beta brainwave is when you make your outline of what you want to create. You make a detailed page and page of description, not how you're getting it. How it comes to you is none of your business. There is no faster way to block your abundance than to worry about the how. That is not your business. You want to tap into the universe's infinite energy supply where everything already exists and every possibility is yours. You're going to start it in beta. That is your creating portal, your channel for creating. Make an outline. Again, as much detail and specific description as you possibly can think of. And you can change it, you can tweak it. But whatever it is, you need to do it in beta. That is when your brain is learning and picking up patterns, right? And putting pieces together. This is step 1. Step 2, that is alpha, right? So alpha happens as your brainwaves are slowing down from beta, from your working, learning brainwave state. And alpha is your relaxation, your pleasure state. So this is when you start watching things, listening to things, doing activities that put you in an alpha state, which is the pleasure state, when you're happy. This is not a high brainwave state. You don't want to be learning something new or doing something that takes a lot of brain power. This is when you're chilling, listening to music, watching a funny movie or a positive movie that puts you in a good mood. And then this is where you start daydreaming about what you just put down on paper, in your journal, in your outline that you want to create. You must do this from a higher positive frequency. You cannot do this if you're angry or grouchy, or if you don't want it bad enough, or you don't believe it will happen. You do this, you take advantage of this alpha brainwave state because your body sees you relaxing and it tells, your brain is telling it, hey, we're safe. This is a good thing. So we're going to remember this, right? Oh, one side note. You can't manifest correctly if you use alcohol. Alcohol specifically is a depressant. So you might feel happy and buzzed for a little bit, but it will block your manifestations the next day when your body has to catch up to all the happy chemicals that it put out. right? It will have to rebalance itself. You don't want that, okay? Right? So you've gone through beta, you've made your very, very, very specific and often tweaked little outline and paragraph and journal entries about what you want specifically, not how. You go into alpha, which you do when you come in from work. You relax, you wind down, do something that gives you pleasure and is basically mindless, so that you can just sit and daydream on what you want to manifest. Okay? You can do this when you're laying in bed, right when you go to sleep, because beta flows into alpha, your brainwave slows down even more, and you end up in the magical brainwave phase, which is theta. So theta is it. Theta is the meditative brainwave state, right? That's it. That's where you want to be. But if you want to create or manifest something intentional, something tangible, you have to have created it in beta, love it, and get in the emotional frequency of it in alpha, so that when you go into theta, which everyone can do, people say, oh no, I'm a Christian, I can't do meditation, or oh no, I can't, I don't believe in that. You're going into theta at least twice a day, and you don't even know it. It's when you first come from sleep state to waking. You're slipping through theta, and right before you go from deep alpha to sleep, you go through theta, and that is your brainwave state. And that is where the magic happens. You cannot get there with your five senses. All you have to do is read Joe Dispenza or listen to him talk about it. Theta is a supernatural state, and it is where your subconscious takes over, and you tap in to the infinite universal energy field. Right? And why do we want to do that? Because once we get in there, we can create anything we want, right? It starts in your mind. Once you create it in your mind, it has to follow in reality. Okay? So when you go into theta, learn how to meditate. I can make videos, but it would be too long. We'd be here another half an hour talking about it. Learn how to meditate. Get into theta and do nothing. Don't try to think of anything. Don't try to ruminate. Don't try to daydream. You do nothing in theta. And that's when you have tapped into the universe and you let it take over and do its thing. The power that is bigger than you takes over and creates your reality. Okay, so I had to come in the car. I'm out here freezing to death trying to tell you guys how to manifest. So anyway, quick final thoughts. Remember, B-A-T, beta, alpha, and theta brainwave states, right? Utilize each state for what it is for. Get into the highest emotional frequency you can manage, which you're going to do in alpha. The higher the frequency, closer to joy and happiness, the bigger and deeper the impression it's going to make on your subconscious. And then you get into theta and you do nothing, right? It's like the analogy of a garden. You get the catalog, you decide where you're going to put it in your yard, you clear the yard, you pick your seeds, you plant the seed, you water them, and then you leave them alone. And you let Mother Nature do her thing, which she has been doing long before you and I showed up on the scene. Okay, so that is your 3-step manifestation blueprint right there. Thank me later. Please drop a comment. Let me know if you manifest, if you meditate, all that fun stuff. Please hit like and share because it lets the algorithm know that you like content like this. Okay, thank you guys for sticking with me through this video, and good luck.